back for Bo.
He's a rookie. He's also half Puerto Rican. I don't know if y'all.
You already know what time it is.
Someone like Hayden Hurst is coming out and being like, look, you're not alone. On our show too, as well, we're all about mental health and awareness.
Yes.
Off and on the field.
Hey, everybody! Welcome back. Come on. It's that time again. Every Thursday, you see our wonderful faces. And we have a great show lined up for you. We have a great show. Let me get in here. Let me share this. Please, everybody, get in here right now.
Welcome back, Nicole, officially from your honeymoon. Congratulations again. And to your hubby, if he's somewhere in the background, congratulations to you too.
Yes.
Here you go. Here, Mark.
I am so happy.
I hear he said
so
thank
happy.
you.
Aw.
Yeah, let's do
Hello,
it.
Kate.
Let's see.
Hello.
We're getting on here. We're getting on, everybody. Let me share this to everybody.
I'm on my phone, so it'd be very weird if I was. Welcome back. I'm excited to be back.
Yes. Woo!
Did you enjoy the sunshine?
I enjoyed a lot of sunshine, a lot of the pool. So, yeah, we came back on Happy Thanksgiving. So.
Oh, that's right. Canadian Thanksgiving happened too. Happy Thanksgiving to you up there in the north. I forgot. Canadian Thanksgiving is always in October, so happy Thanksgiving to y'all too.
Turkey Day. All right, guys, we are super excited. Come on, I think I've tried to share this and let everybody know we are on here. All in their messenger, so I hope everybody got my messenger. Let's do this. Let's do this. This is Let's Talk Football Ladies Takeover. Woo! I am Janae Struther, and the wonderful person that I have right next to me is
Delilah. Woo!
Woo,
Hey.
Delilah. Let's
excited.
go.
I'm very excited to be here.
Oh, absolutely. I'm so glad we're together today. All right. And the wonderful person who is newly married. Who do we have under us?
Hello, my name is Nicole Oppenheimer. Name change. But yeah, I am back and I'm here and full of life.
Yes.
That's
I'm
wonderful.
super excited to have you back. You have the wedding glow.
Can happen.
You do.
The big wedding glow. Man, I am so excited to get this show started. All right. So we do have a game on tonight, ladies and gentlemen. We have some football. All right. This is a toughie, guys. I don't know. It could be a miracle game. Right now, the score is 0-0. Who do you have with the Denver Broncos and the Kansas City Chiefs?
Who wants to start first? Nicole, welcome back.
Yeah.
What you think, Nicole?
Oh, I meant what were we?
Denver Broncos or the there we go. Denver Broncos or the Chiefs?
Oh, okay. I definitely think that it's going to be the KC Chiefs. That's what I have written down here.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I want Sean Payton to just be super duper sad that he's not with the Saints anymore,
Wow, Nicole, I've never seen this side of you.
Me neither.
I've never seen this side of you.
I like
Yeah.
it.
Go Taylor Swift's boyfriend's team.
Oh, that too. Yeah.
That too. Okay, all right. What you think the score is going to be, Nicole?
I think it's going to be a nice 34-28.
Ooh, okay. Close. All right, so what you think, Delilah?
I'm calling an upset.
Oh, she's calling an upset. Ladies and gentlemen. You heard it here first. Okay, so what's the score going to be?
28-21.
28-21. I like it. Okay, so now I got to be the tiebreaker. So I'm thinking it could be a miracle game as well. I'm going for the Broncos. I think the only time that they'd probably win is to make an impact. Now they could do it. And by the way, I do want that team, the Kansas City Chiefs, to be lower this year. I want it to be even, because it seems like a lot of teams in the AFC need to catch up to the Chiefs right now. So I want to slow them down a little bit. Come on, Broncos. Come on, Russell Wilson. Come on, Sean Payton. Let's get it done. Let's see. Let us know what you guys think in the comments. We definitely want to know what you guys think. Let us know. I mean,
send us score updates.
Yeah, and score updates. We need them. Please give us score updates. Please. All right, so we got to get on to the first topic. Delilah, what do we have?
Here we go.
Ooh, ladies, we got to talk about some drama. Yes, Nicole. The drama of this week was insane. Ooh. The drama. This show has a segment called The Drama in the NFL. And we like to talk about it, guys. The things that they are afraid to say, we are not. Because this is Ladies Takeover. So, the first one, ladies, and I wanted to throw you guys a little curveball. Mac Jones and Bill Belichick have now lost 2 games in a row. Very impactful games. These were like Dallas beat them, and they said it was the worst loss that they've ever had. And now the same thing happens a week later. Do you think that it is time for Bill Belichick to hang up the towel? Throw in the towel, whatever you want to call it with the towel. Do you think it's time? Or do you think that they just need to get away from Mac Jones and get somebody else in there? What you think? Oh, this is a toughie.
23 seasons, right?
Huh?
With the Patriots, 23 seasons. I just learned about them last season, so he's new to me. But, I mean, just stay with your team. I think it's one of those things that maybe it'd be a good legacy to kind of leave behind, and just staying with that team, and then,
Well, what if he has no choice, Nicole? It could be a point where they may need to decide to part ways because it's not working. They're not really doing very well.
I guess that could happen too.
It's looking like it's been a down sled since Tom Brady has left that controversy by itself, the with him, without him. Delilah, what do you think?
I think if he loses the season, I think he retires. Only because I feel like with Bill, he doesn't want his legacy to have multiple losing seasons in a row.
Yeah.
I just don't see that for him, because regardless of what our thoughts are on, he is a championship winning coach, right? So whatever, however you slice it, right? He did win a lot of championships, right? And so I just don't think that he wants to go out so low. And I know that he has too much pride to be fired. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I don't think Robert Kraft wants to have to fire him. And so I feel like they're going to give him an out and be like, listen, if they don't rectify the ship, right? That's the thing. If they can't turn the ship around with Zappy, right? Because he's up next. And as far as I understand it, Mac Jones was hurt, right? And probably not going to play. So if Zappy could turn it around, then maybe he'll give it another shot with him. But if even with him, they end with another losing season, I just don't see it happening. I think he'll resign, and New England will be looking for a fresh new coach with a new direction because the league has changed.
That's
right?
true.
We see McDaniels down there in Miami, and having a good time, and having his jokes, and Shanahan over there in San Francisco, and you just have these young guys who are just making a change,
That's true.
In how we play, and they're directing these younger quarterbacks that are coming out more, not passing quarterbacks that are mobile, right? That's like the new thing. It's a passing league, but they still want you to be able to be athletic and move. So I don't know. I think he resigns if it's another losing season.
Okay, we're gonna see. Let us know what you guys think. It is a touchy subject, but the Bill Belichick that we once knew, it seems like it's a decline. Mac Jones has had as many picks in his short time with the Patriots that Tom Brady had his entire career. Yeah. And we can't even say they had like a dynamic team. Tom Brady was just really good, and he was able to, get, hide the flaws of everything else because he was just that clutch. Yeah. Well, ladies, last week we did talk about the running backs and how we felt like they need to get paid, right? But it's seeming like it may cause an issue for the future when you got your top backs out for injury. Number one, we got Derrick Henry. Number two, we got Jonathan Taylor, Austin Eckler, AJ Dillon, and we got J.K. Dobbins. So what do you guys think? Like, I know we're trying to fight for these running backs to get paid, but from the example that you're seeing from these top tier running backs, we're not really seeing the bang for the buck. What do you think, Delilah?
I think it's proving the owner's right, unfortunately. As much as a lot of us were fighting for running backs, you're right. We were thinking about the good old days of running backs being, your go-to, the running game. And that, don't get me wrong, of course, you still need a good running game to win games. But it's proving to the ownership that they were right to, yes, pay them, but not these major contracts anymore, because they do have a shorter life expectancy because of their role. Because it is, you're literally called a running back. It's in your title. It's literally like your job is to run through the defense. I know it sounds crazy, but I don't think people have ever thought about that. I'm like, think of what your role is, what your title is.
It's like other players are trying to get away and catch the ball. The quarterback trying to run away from them. Like the running back's job is to run directly into a crowd.
Yeah.
And
so
hope not to get
firefighters.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, basically, poor guys. And so I think that because of a lot of these major injuries, I think it's proving to the ownership that they were right to not pay insane max out contracts. So I think that's what this is doing. It's proving, sadly. I'm not saying I don't appreciate running back. Don't get my words twisted out there, internet world. I'm just saying that from an economics standpoint, all these injuries to running backs is proving the ownership right when it comes to money and managing that type of thing. That's what I mean. So
absolutely, I agree. Hi. Nicole?
Too many IRs. I mean, even the guys, I have a bunch on my Dynasty Fantasy League, and I was surprised too. I have my full IR list is just with the running back. So I didn't really think about it until you guys did mention it to me, and I'm like, it's not even those guys' names, it's other running backs too. So I can totally understand.
Yeah, it makes it hard for that argument. You do want to pay them. They are risking their bodies, but if they're going to spend majority of the season out when you critically need them, especially some of these teams are critically needing their running backs right now to help, and they don't have that, and it just makes me a little sad about it. But what can you do? All right, guys, I got one more, and this one's kind of like a doozy. John Gruden. Guys, he is in court fighting to get back in the NFL. There was rumors, allegedly, my girl Delilah taught me to make sure I say allegedly, he's going to maybe be an option for Canada on the Steelers. You know, if it doesn't work out, how do we feel about John Gruden coming back? I know there was a lot of drama last year with the stuff and his emails that was leaked. It turns out he looked like the scapegoat for all the other things that was going wrong in the NFL, but he was leaked. There was some nasty information about John Gruden saying things that he shouldn't have said. Do you guys believe in second chances? Do you think it's an opportunity for maybe John Gruden in this lawsuit of trying to get back in the NFL, basically saying he's been blackmailed and all this stuff? Do you think he could come back?
Yes, I do think he could come back. I've seen it before where people are like, oh, you know, I said the only time I rarely see a comeback where they don't let you back in is like you literally wind up in jail and something like really atrocious, like, you know what I mean? Like, that's the only time I really see the no second chances is when it's so egregious that you end up locked up or something like that. Like, that's the only time that I've seen where the NFL's like, no, you know, like, don't even try it, right?
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm not saying I personally like the man, but I do think that he was thrown under the bus for everything because he obviously wasn't the only one doing bad stuff and saying awful things and talking about players. And so I think that he was railroaded and used as a scapegoat because they're all like not the best people. You're talking about like ultra millionaire, not even millionaire. You're talking about billionaires.
Yeah, 100%.
Billionaires that own these teams because you have to be insanely wealthy to even be a minority owner in an NFL team. You know what I mean? True. So like, so I do think that they use him as a scapegoat. It doesn't mean that he's innocent. I'm just saying that he is right in his lawsuit of, hey, it wasn't just me. Like, how if you're gonna kick me out, then you gotta kick out all of them. You know what I mean?
Everybody,
like,
yeah.
So I understand that point, and I do think that he'll win the lawsuit, and they're gonna give him a job. He'll be back.
All right, Nicole, what do you think?
Yeah, this league is kind of like you know, I do one for you, you do one for me, for the family, you know. With the NFL, yeah, it's a little bit of I think that I don't know, they're like their own governing body almost in that it is a little bit of they are at the helm, but it's never to say that you can never come back because they always need, I mean, with people getting injured and retirement and stuff, and you try and do your best and see, you know what I mean, if you can make even a comeback, you know. So yeah, I think they're open to it.
All right, we'll see. I don't know. I honestly don't know due to the fact that when Gruden was in it, they still weren't good. So I don't even know if he'll come back, but they're right. The league is a league of second chances. We've seen it. I mean, Deshaun got, allegedly, accused of all these different times, and he was gonna, he was able to come back. So they're forgiving. They are forgiving. So we will see. Please, if you guys hear anything, keep us up to date because I would like to know what happens with it. But I did hear that on ESPN today, so I had to make sure that I mentioned that they're talking about Gruden coming back. All right, Delilah, what do we have next on the list?
All right. That was good drama.
Yeah, it was. And I just freaking love it. That's why I love this man. He's a big guy. He's a big, massive piece of magic. And I just freaking love him. Josh Allen is my hot player of the week. And you were just talking about Kelsey being hot. Josh Allen is hot in every way for me, too. I love him. Hot player. All right, guys. It is that time. We need y'all in the comments writing who your hot player of last week was. plenty of love to go around. Delilah, who is your hot player of last week?
I'm actually going with Miss Nicole's favorite team and the NOLA defense, who shut down the Patriots. Like, just no points. 0, 0, nada. I have to say, I'm not hating. I know that Derek Carr balled out. He did his thing. I'm not hating on that. But I'm saying the fact is that the defense shut them down. Like, 0 points. Like, it's like amazing.
They did.
And, you know, they were all over them. Okay. They had 2 sacks that game. One was Cameron Jordan, and the other one was Toa. I'm so sorry. I'm probably going to say this wrong. Tano Kipasaga? I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. I'm not going to try to say it. Tano. I can't say your last name. I'm sorry. I'm going to practice. I'm going to look it up. So they had 2 sacks. They had 3 tackles for a loss. They had 29 solo tackles, you know, where all the players are just going after guys. Okay. 29 total, like solo 20. That means every defensive player, almost every guy tackled somebody on that team. Like, that's what's so crazy. And then team total, because, you know, they kind of break down like all the like tackles. There was 48.
Wow.
48.
That's crazy.
Like, they were killing it. And then the 2 interceptions, one of them, Tyron, there were 2 interceptions that game too, on top of the sacks. 2, and one of them was run back for a touchdown by Tyron Matthews.
Pick 6.
Like, boom, took it to the end zone. And then Pete Werner got an interception, couldn't run it back, but he still intercepted. And so, like, just, wow, kudos to the New Orleans Saints defense.
Let's go.
So,
let's go. That's what I'm talking about. You got some love, Nicole. All right, Nicole, who is your hot player of last week?
Well, I do have to say that I was watching another game other than the New Orleans Saints, and I have to say it was against the 49ers and Dallas Cowboys, and there was one that stood out. You know, he wears his colors true, and his name is thy Brock Purdy. Yes, of the 49ers. I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
He had 4 touchdowns. He ran for 252 yards. And yeah, he's just absolutely amazing. I mean, the last, I thought he kept going back to last season, coming out of the gate and playing the way he did. And then coming in this season and playing the way he did. It was kind of a cool stat that I found about it was that since 2013, when Colin Kaepernick started the season with 2-0, was the last time that this has happened. So Brock Purdy has been pretty nice for the 49ers. I'm telling you.
Pretty nice.
Yeah, I like it.
I also wanted to say something too about him, other than the obvious, that his younger brother is a quarterback.
Oh.
So keep an eye out. He was recruited and started at Florida State, and he's currently in Nebraska.
Okay.
So, and his sister Whitney was a softball player at Southeastern University.
So it's an athletic family.
Okay, family sports.
Yes.
Okay.
So,
awesome.
I just have to say he's been hot, and he's been, it's a hard division for them Cowboys.
Sorry.
Yes. I appreciate it. You got to be honest on this show. You know we got to be honest. All right, guys. I am saying that this player was hot, and I did call this game the Bears showed off, and they actually got a W after 14 long weeks. And it had a hell of a lot to do with this man, DJ Moore.
Oh, yeah.
My hot player of last week showed all the way out. He had 8 receptions, 230 yards, ladies and gentlemen. Do you know how hard it is to get 100 yards? 230 yards in that game with 3 touchdowns. He absolutely dominated. I've been talking to some Chicago fans because I have a lot at work. It made them feel encouraged that they are able to actually do it, when that was a game that people were calling, saying that Washington was going to win that game. And so the fact that they came out, they did a great job. I am happy for the Bears, and they got their first win. I know, Delilah, this means so much to Bears Nation, so I am excited. And, hey, we'll see what happens, but DJ Moore definitely did his thing.
All right. Okay. All people are saying, okay, Ben. Oh, Ben, he said this about when I talk about the New Orleans defense.
The hot players, not the crack a lot. Yep. Very good. Oh, is it Brian Greasy, right? Yeah, QB coach was one who said Purdy would be drafted by the 49ers. Wow. Predicted it. It happened, and he's killing it. He's killing it. I can't even lie. Cowboy fan is being honest.
I know. But I love that. I got to say, that 49ers and Cowboys rivalry is fun. It's a long-standing, it's a tradition.
Absolutely.
Y'all
wish
really
my team showed up to make it a battle. Eventually, I just was sad and mad throughout the whole game.
Sean's in the audience.
Of course,
but you know what? Brock Purdy
you were not
was also the
5
same.
minutes ago. He knows exactly when to hop on, and then catch me saying something that's gonna make him mad. Man,
I was gonna say,
really. I'm sorry, Sean. I'm sorry. Hey guys, hey, listen, hey, Nicole, shout out. There we go. Let's go. But yes, we have all these hot players. We need you guys to tell us who you guys thought was hot last week. We know there's more players than what we said, but please give us what you guys think, man, because there were some great games this past weekend. All right, Delilah, what do we have next on the show? And I'm like,
You already know, Janae. You don't come on this daggone show. We were playing and then call us out. Okay? If we lose because of you, Janae, we're done. I'm just letting you know this right now. All right? We're through.
Why are you gonna do this to me, man? Why are you gonna do this to
Hello,
me?
Delilah. That's all I need to say.
Like
I'm out of here.
And just walking in, man. You gotta knock on the door. You can't just come in the show.
You did this last year. You did this last year, Janae. You did this last year, and I was waiting. I had my finger on the button because I wanted to see what you're gonna say. I got you, Janae. Let's go 49ers. Goodbye.
Wow. I'm sorry, Sean. I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was going to predict the first win in 14 years. I'm sorry, Sean. Forgive me.
I had to say that. I'm sorry. I had to say that.
Perfect timing, Delilah. That was perfect. Perfect. Oh, man. That was great.
Here we go.
I think it's really nice that someone like Hayden Hurst is coming out and being like, look, you're not alone. I'm a big, tough football player, and look at me. Like, I went through it too. Like, anybody can go through it. Doesn't matter how, like, if you're an athlete, if you're a man.
All right. You already know what time it is. We got to get to one of our favorite segments, the cars in the NFL. What do we have for today?
I realized I was muted. Sorry. Sorry. One of my favorite recent retired football players is Larry Fitzgerald. I love this guy. I always loved how He always ran to his mama in the stands, right? He was famous for that. Like every time, like he would look for his mom in the stands, and I just love Larry. You know, I bet Arizona wishes they had a guy like him again. Anyway, so Larry, on top of being a phenomenal former football player, also has a big, generous heart, and it's called the Larry Fitzgerald Foundation. And there are two big components of it, but let me go into kind of why he kind of created this. So for nearly 2 decades, the Larry Fitzgerald Foundation has worked to provide equitable access and new pathways for success for underrepresented communities, both nationally and internationally. Providing children with the tools they need to feel confident and supporting women, men, and families affected by breast cancer is deeply rooted in their mission. Established in 2005, the founder, Larry Fitzgerald Jr., made the work of the foundation a pillar of his existence after losing his poor mama, to breast cancer in 2003. Larry's mother, Carol, was an exemplar of the community through service and advocacy work. And so he felt that one way to honor his mother's legacy is to create this foundation to make sure that he was providing breast cancer awareness, but also impacting the youth. So there's 2 parts. So for the youth education, they have a reading proficiency component because, according to the U.S. National Center for Education, roughly 31% of children are below their reading proficiency level. As an educator, I can tell you that, yes, it's pretty bad. Our mission is to provide educational facilities with funding for books and programs aimed to increase that reading literacy. They support local organizations and nonprofits with a focus on K-12, reading proficiency, after-school programs, sports camps, and those maintaining the goal of bridging the gap in an ever-changing world and technology. So they also have a technology component. The technology component is this is why. The racial and ethnic digital divide can be seen in historically Black and Brown communities across the United States. Poverty, along with no access to computers or Wi-Fi, stagnate the educational growth of any student. Their mission is to bridge the technology gap by partnering with programs and organizations in underfunded communities to provide them with the necessary equipment and or funding to enable computer literacy and provide them opportunities for a future in tech. They also do youth camps. So they create environments through sports for children to learn new skills, build self-confidence, problem solve, to understand the value of hard work that can lead to improving their behavior. And this is what's so good, inside and outside the classroom and inside themselves, right? Because it always starts with our insides, right? Mm-hmm. And of course, after school programs. That's a big part of their youth education mission. Nearly 58% of Black children and 55% of Latino children do not attend after school programs compared to 46% of white children. However, these programs do exist in their local communities, and parents were just never aware of them, right? Or wouldn't allow them to attend because sometimes, safety was an issue. So now they want to make sure that parents are aware that there are safe places for their children to go after school. And so they have partnered with a lot of local communities and parents to get them to allow their children to go to these after school programs, right? So they really make sure that they're also funding and hosting after school programs already in the communities and helping them grow or start programs so that these children have access to somewhere safe to go after school where their parents won't have to worry, right? Because parents work, right? And a lot of, blue collar parents especially work all day, and sometimes there's no one at home. And so this is a safe place where they can go. So they do make sure that they're always enabling the communities to help themselves by helping spread awareness of after school programs or helping them create them. The second part is the breast cancer awareness, which of course is really important to him as his mother sadly passed away of breast cancer. But what I like is that the multifaceted approach that he and his organization use for breast cancer awareness. It's not just about awareness. He has 4 parts that he included in this foundation, which is education. A vital part in prevention is the knowledge of risk factors, including your lifestyle, genetics, diet, age, family history, and all these different things. So education also forms a part in this breast cancer awareness, because how do you know what to look for if no one is telling you what it is, right? If no one is showing you and educating you on the signs of looking for these things. The second part is research. Since the 19th century, there's been an evolution in the methods of prevention, detection, and treatment, all through breakthrough research. And so they make sure that they're funding, his organizations making sure that they're always funding these organizations, that they're partnering with research foundations that are working towards a cure, because that is the best way to prevent breast cancer deaths and cancer deaths, is through finally finding a cure for it. The fourth part is resources. They know that access to local organizations providing support groups, financial assistance, and advocacy is paramount. I don't think people realize how expensive it is when you get sick in this country, especially with something like breast cancer. And so he makes sure that they're working with organizations that provide financial assistance, but also support groups, because there's another part of this, and it's people also need access to therapy and dealing with the fact that they have cancer, and right? And so he wants to make sure that breast cancer survivors or people just diagnosed or who survive it with their families have mental and physical well-being, so that it enhances the risk of, it raises the risk of surviving. And so resources are important. The last part is family support. They know that taking care of loved ones diagnosed with breast cancer can have a lot of challenges. So their mission is, again, to engage with organizations that understand the importance of providing family with a support system, because the family is also impacted when this happens, right? And so he's very aware of this. His organization is very aware of this. They do a lot of good work. Normally I have a video, but they're all really, really long. So all I'm going to say is go look up the Larry Fitzgerald Foundation and all the amazing stuff that he does for breast cancer advocacy and youth education advocacy. And that's my cause in the NFL.
Woo!
Oh, I love it.
If you don't know who Larry Fitzgerald is, he was one of the greatest. He's awesome. I grew up watching him. He's awesome. Awesome. All right. If you don't know, she just told you, the Larry Fitzgerald Foundation. Please, because you know what? I think we may want to do a trivia day one day and make sure that you guys are paying attention to these causes. And maybe I like to throw in a little money. So please remember who we say, and then you may actually win a prize for it. Please, 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 please. Delilah, that was absolutely amazing. All right. So what else do we have on the show today?
I'm all about women empowerment. I mean, it's one of the things that I talked about when bringing this topic into this group. I really respect women and their roles, and I think a woman's place can be in the NFL.
Yes, women in the NFL. It wouldn't be a great show if we didn't highlight some great people and women in the NFL. All right, Nicole, what do we have?
Hello? Yes? Oh, I just got scouted and I'm a really great athlete? Wow, I can't believe they found me. Thank you so much. My thing is this girl. Her name is Hannah Burnett. And she's 28 and she is a scout for the Giants. And she is a woman in the NFL behind the scenes. So, yeah, how do all those players get on that field and get an agent to know, it's the scouts that go and are on the road doing all the legwork.
Yes, they are.
And so, yeah, she's 28 years old and she's a scout for the Giants. I kind of went down a rabbit hole in how did I ever come across her.
Come on.
It was this article in the Times Magazine that talked about women in the NFL and this WhatsApp about the women being able to have a safe chat group for one another. And there's about 129 people it finally ballooned to.
Wow.
And it started 3 years ago. And it's just what they do is it's a message chain for job postings, to celebrate promotions of everyone, and to ask questions, about certain events, and to make sure that everyone's all supported and stuff. So yeah, she was hired in 2020, or yeah, did I tell you how she got into it? I'll tell you. Okay. So it started as an intern. So she was doing this in between school. She went and became an intern for the Buffalo Bills for the training camp. And her diligence quickly progressed her and landed her in a role in the NFL office after applying to many internships. So yeah, her role and dedication after 2020, 2 seasons with the Atlanta Falcons, to survey players in 13 states in the Midwest, all the way down to the Pacific Northwest. She's very busy at times. She has around average of 20 days each month on the road. There's only 30 days in the month, so if you can do the math, that's a lot of time away.
Wow.
And yeah, so she loves getting together with all of the staff and feeling a camaraderie with the other ladies. But she said about the chat, she said, it just feels nice to be connected, just to know that you have a community out there of other women. And so now she was not paired formally with a mentor, but she now mentors Kesa Alleman, who is a scout for the Indianapolis.
There you go.
Colts since 2021. So she's also mentoring other women in scouting and stuff. So
yes.
If you really want to deep dive into her, she was actually being able to go onto this podcast that talks about female women in the NFL. I think it's called Her Playbook.
Ooh.
And they interview her about life on the road and her perseverance after trying a bunch of internships and finally landing a role. So yeah, I thought she was pretty cool. Her last thing was saying, I think a lot of times in this job, you internalize and you just deal with things and move on. But she says she tries to give herself a space to talk to someone and try to be there and give her my tips and do anything that I can do just to make her life a little bit easier. So it's women helping women encouraging. Yeah.
I love it. That was awesome, Hannah.
I love
that. That is awesome. Man, way to work your way up from an internship and now you're a freaking scout for the Giants. That is awesome. And she's helping promote to other women in the field.
Yes.
So this is great. Sticking together. Womenhood. It is amazing. That made me feel good, Nicole.
I love that.
Great women in sports.
That's how you do a lean in, okay? That's how you do that. That's how you do it.
Mic drop. Mic drop.
Love that. Thank you. That was great. I gotta look for all these the podcasts and the WhatsApp so I could be part of those groups.
Yeah, I want to be a part of the group too. She talking about the group. I'm like, let me find out what the group is.
Job posting. Yeah.
You guys letting people in?
Yeah.
All right, guys. That was amazing, but we got to get on to our next segment. Delilah, what do we have up next? Well, it looks like we have each other up next. And I believe.
I don't know why it didn't pop up. I thought I played a commercial. I'm sorry, y'all.
Commercial!
I'm trying to break it up. I'm so sorry. Hold on.
Yeah, our man Sean Spencer, let's go. I love you, Sean. He even though you're probably mad at me. I love you. Hey, but look, Sean, we know that you are the mastermind behind Let's Talk Football. You guys need to support this guy. He knows his, I don't want to say the bad word. He knows his football. So you guys need to hit him up. This guy's amazing, can talk any sport with you, really. But you guys got to check out Sean Spencer.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So here we go. Can't believe we're already at this part. But here we go.
I know.
But you need to like not give up and just try your best to persevere through whatever you want to reach, right? Whatever goal, whether it's short goal, long goal, whatever, just perseverance is key. And I know it's hard.
Ladies have the final say. And like Delilah said, I can't believe the show has went by this fast. Hey, ladies, I didn't mean to keep Sean from the show. We are currently sharing a car. It's all right. No problem. I'm very mad at you, Janae. Love you, Nicole. Now I'm going to go cry myself to sleep. The damn Bears beat us because of you. Oh, man, just like my guy. To give me a lie. All right. So, ladies have the final say.
Ooh, before we go around. Oh my God, the game is still 3-0. I'm sorry.
Oh boy.
Wow.
Really? I thought they were like,
I thought it was gonna be a high scoring game.
Well, it could be a miracle game like we talked about. Let's see.
Mm-hmm.
All right, ladies have the final say. Delilah, what is your final say?
All right. All I want to say is, I'm sorry. I just want to make sure that everyone's taking care of yourselves, and it's okay to take a break from social media, because I know there's a lot going on right now in the world. There's a lot happening. And it's okay to take a break from it. You don't have to keep watching it. You don't have to keep reading it. It doesn't mean not to stay informed, but for your own mental health and your spiritual well-being, go ahead and take a break from it. Go ahead, cut it off. Go put something on that you like, a movie, a favorite TV show, read a book that you love, consume something else. Because if you allow yourself to continue to go and spiral down those rabbit holes, you can be in a really dark place, and it could become really depressing, and you become really disillusioned, and you could become just feel a feeling of hopelessness. And I understand, because it's scary times. I'm not going to pretend like it's not, but it's okay for you to take a break. It's okay for you to joke around, laugh, be in community with your loved ones, hold them close. And if you're a praying person, go ahead and do it, because it's needed right now. There's a lot, going on. And so whatever you need to seek solace, please do so. And yes, if you need to cut off the news, watch something else, put a funny movie on, watch us. We just talk football, I'm just saying, like, it's okay to take a break. There's nothing wrong with that. Doesn't make you a bad person, because you need to step away from
Absolutely.
it all. You know what I mean? It's okay. Take your break.
Absolutely.
Take care of your well-being. Doesn't mean you're not a caring person. Does not mean you don't have compassion. It just means sometimes it's just really overwhelming seeing so much of what we're seeing. Protect your children. If you have children, there's a lot of stuff that's not being filtered. And so please be aware of what they're watching and what they're seeing, because there's a lot of stuff that is being shared that they're just not ready for. Now, I'm not saying not to talk to them about it, because sometimes you do have to have those conversations, especially older children who are more cognizant. Now, I don't mean shut them out. Talk to them and ask them, what do you know? Have that conversation so that you can help them. But please be aware of what they're seeing. Pay attention to their apps. Look at what they're viewing, what they're scrolling through, because there's a lot of just stuff being posted that I don't think they should be seeing right now. But make sure that you're talking to them. Please talk to your kids. Take those breaks, and do what you need to do for yourself. And I just want to say, I'm not a very religious person, but prayers to everyone, please. Like the world needs a lot of healing right now, and I just want to make sure that, you know, let's pray for peace, pray for love, pray for understanding. There's nothing wrong with that. Let's pray for peace, love, and understanding, y'all, because it's just, you know, and take those breaks.
Absolutely, 100%. The world is going through a lot, and she's absolutely 100% right. We do need to take some time sometimes to just positivity, peace, love, man. Oh man. All right, Nicole, what is your ladies have the final say?
Well, when you were talking about with the breast cancer stuff and everything, I know that my mom was a mammographer, and my, I guess, sister-in-law now, she's a sonographer, I guess, and she recently did a post for, I think it was like Sonographer Week, and it just talked about, you know, them being like, oh, what is this? Just like, it's a picture of nothing when you're trying to see your baby or something like that. But they know a lot more, and sometimes they are the first contact for knowing when you are terminally ill, and they can't say anything, but they can see it. They take the best pictures to try to provide, you know, the doctor with the best and clearest, you know, vision of what's going on inside. So I don't know. I thought about it, but yeah, like I just wanted to give that kind of appreciation to sonographers. You know, their mental health is not really talked about, but I'm sure that they have, you know, seen but can't say things, and they have to cope with that too as well. So yeah, I just wanted to give a shout out to the healthcare and those kind of ladies and men out there that do that. So thank you.
That was great. I love it. You were actually on my lane as well. I was actually going to give a shout out to special workers, and they were included. I just think that we should really appreciate people who want to do different jobs, right? We take for granted that we're like, oh, well, you know, this person should be making this person should be making this. No, people really are out there working their butts off. They deserve great pay. I mean, I'm talking about teachers. I'm talking about freaking firefighters, healthcare workers. There's the list goes trash people that come, the people that do take our trash out every day. These are jobs that not everybody can do. I am a witness that I can't do most of those jobs. I don't have the patience.
Right.
But the people that do, that have the patience, that are going in and day out, we have to start appreciating these people. You know, I went out to eat the other day, and I was a little upset because I saw somebody not care about giving a tip. And people have their own things about that. But if you only knew, there has to be a waiter for you to be able to get your food. The cook can't cook and bring your food out. There's got to be somebody to make sure that you got all your materials, your drink, your sauces. You imagine how many times you got to get the waiter to go back and forth. Appreciate these people. Appreciate people who couldn't do their job. And sometimes we have to admit we can't be a teacher, or we can't be in service because we just don't have it. They do. So I wish that we would start just appreciating people who do things that we know we would never be able to do. And I'll tell a quick little thing. I went out Monday and took the trash out, and the trash guys were the nicest guys ever. We were talking football. I mean, we were talking because had my little cowboy stuff on, and he knew how sad I was about my team just losing on Sunday. So it's just the fact of the matter is, these are people too. No matter what you think about how much they should be paid or whatever, they should be paid, and they should be appreciated for the jobs that they do. Because think about it, we have to have people doing everything in order to make the world go around, the economy go around. Appreciate people that do service jobs, man, because they're out there, you know, really caring about the people, really doing things that we we couldn't do, like I said. So I wish and pray, just like Nicole said, you know, the healthcare workers, we gotta show love because they deserve it as much as anybody else doing any other job. So shout out to all of the workers out there. Whatever you're doing, do it to the best, you know, your best ability. Do it with happiness, and I hope people start appreciating you guys for what you guys do. That is my ladies have the final say. Man, this is such a great team. We have a special surprise coming up next week. You have to tune in to find out what this special surprise is. But I guarantee you should be on your seats at the edge, just waiting for this news because it's intense. It's, as you can see, we're all excited. We got some big news. But in order for you to find out what that big news is, you got to be here next Thursday because it's going down. It's going down. All right, ladies, it's been a wonderful show. I enjoy doing this with you guys every week. It just gets better and better and better. And we appreciate you guys, man. Thank you so much for joining in on the show. Like, share. We want to promote this show. We want people to know about it. If you know women that love the game of football, tell them about the show. Let them know that there's a show out there for them, and that we would love to have them on if they would like to do it. So,
let's go in that WhatsApp chat group. Podcast.
Absolutely, man. Let them know. It's always a pleasure, ladies. We got to get out of here. We'll see y'all next week. Ladies Takeover. Let's talk football. See y'all later. Bye, guys. Woo!